Welcome back to Sawyers Film School. Or, welcome back to, depending on your loyalty to this series.
I'm very happy you're sticking with it.
I really hope that it's welcome back because...
hey, but
yeah.
if it's welcome,
I really hope we didn't lose our audience at the second episode.
But if this is like your first time, hi, welcome.
Yeah, that's why I said welcome.
Why
and
are
welcome
you starting
back.
here?
Yeah, what the heck? Today we will be looking at 1939's The Wizard of Oz, one of the most famous movies of all time. It was directed by Victor Fleming, written by Edgar Allan Wolfe, Noel Langley, and Florence Ryerson. And it stars Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Margaret Hamilton, Jack Haley, Burt Layer, and Ray Bolger. So, what do we think?
I love that movie, bro.
I know, me too.
I think it's really great.
There's a reason it's gone down as one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's got some sweet moments, and overall it's nice.
It holds up. Macklin?
It really does hold up. I like it. When I was a kid, I watched it like every single time because it's, for some reason, the only movie that played on like TV. So I'd watch it all the time for some reason. Dude,
what channels did you watch?
Dude, I don't know.
Malcolm was on one channel. It was Wizard of Oz TV. And we played one movie.
I was watching
but
like
I watched
Descendants and like
my man, Descendants. That's where it's at.
Let's go,
dude. That better be on the list.
Descendants
Why
is the first one.
Why the would it be on the list?
It's influential.
To who?
To most children our age.
Is it?
We're no longer children. We're adults now.
How is it influential,
dude? This is shaped me to the man.
Anyway,
I am.
This is the most I've talked about Descendants in at least like 5 years.
I really like the movie, but for a while I went through a phase. I was like, ugh, that movie, gross, because I was just like, I thought it was a very cookie cutter story, and I was like bored with it.
Yeah,
but then
bored with you.
Macklin was like, man, the movie that was like invented all of this stuff, so cookie cutter, and like it's something that has been done before. It did it first, but it's been done before.
Exactly. But then I got smarter and I was like, no, wait, this is...
Okay, wait, when did this part happen?
I don't know,
this
dude. But
time.
It was for a little bit of my life. I was just like, meh on the movie. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. If someone was like, hey, let's watch Wizard of Oz, I'd be like, okay. I wouldn't be like, yeah, let's watch it. All right.
What just happened?
But rewatching it now, I realize just how good it is. Like, it's funny. The music is catchy as hell. And everything is just played so well. All the characters are amazing. The Tin Man, the Scarecrow, the Lion, everything is just awesome. And I am honestly kind of in love with this movie. I forgot how much in love with this movie I am.
I'm so sorry. I have my little outline here, and I wrote down to ask which of the three we are this time because I just thought I was like, damn, that's so genius. And I was looking, and I wrote that down months ago when I made this, and I was like, God, I'm so smart. Shout out me.
Okay, I think we should discuss who we think we are.
That's what I was just about to do.
And then we should
ask
get Nasa.
Okay, I figured it out.
Okay.
Macklin, you were the Scarecrow.
Okay, yeah.
You were the Tin Man. Aiden, you were the Tin Man, and I'm the Lion. I think is the way to go.
Yeah,
I see that.
I'd agree with that.
What would you say, Nasa? I'm gonna hand you the mic.
I can't remember who's who.
The Scarecrow had no brain.
Okay, wait, here,
the Tin Man had no heart. The Lion had no courage.
Okay, she pointed at us for all of them. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with our statements? That is a yes from the producer.
That was definitely some kind of yes.
I mean, that I was like, that pretty much sums us up.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. It's just like watch the movie, and if you know us personally, you'll be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And Clark is Dorothy.
No, I feel like Clark would probably be like...
Clark is Toto.
Does that make Nasa Dorothy? Okay, guys. What's the story? What happened?
All right, y'all ready for this?
Okay, let's see.
Dropping
Let's see
knowledge
if
bomb.
Aiden gets this
Okay,
one.
wait, is this a synopsis or what I think happens?
just like a quick synopsis.
Wait, what do
Okay,
you?
not my
Okay,
turn then.
you
Never
watched
mind,
the
never mind,
movie.
never
Why
mind,
do you?
never mind.
Why do you want it to be what you think happens?
Synopsis.
Good, I agree
Okay.
with you, Macklin.
All right.
I'll explain.
Dorothy gets caught in a twister after she gets mad after a woman tries to take away her dog to get destroyed. That's actually said in the movie.
Just quick.
She gets caught in a twister. She goes to the magical land of Oz. Her house lands on the Wicked Witch of the East. She then is in Munchkin Land. They do a whole bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of hijinks. The Witch of the North sends her off to go to Oz to get back home. On the way, she meets her three friends: the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man. I did that in slightly the wrong order. It's fine.
Totally.
The lion, and the slightly wrong order.
They go to Oz. They get there. The Wizard of Oz tasks them with getting the Wicked Witch of the West broom. They go to the Wicked Witch of the West. They They kill her with water. She gets the broom. They get the broom. They go back. The Wizard of Oz is like, "No, I need to think about this for like a day." And then they're like, "No, that's mean." And he's like, "F off." And then the dog goes up. And then Toto goes up to the curtain and pulls it back. I forgot how much of a goat Toto is in this movie.
No,
We'll
he's a dog.
we'll get to Toto later.
And then then he strokes the iconic line of "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain." And then it's the whole thing of like the Scarecrow that gets a diploma.
We'll get to that. Just they get their
They get their brains, heart, and courage. Dorothy goes back home. Everything is forgiven, and the end. Happiness.
Toto doesn't get euthanized
or destroyed.
or destroyed. Why am I looking? I'm looking.
Past the camera. You're looking at nothing. Anyway, it's time, as it always is, for Sawyer's notes.
Notes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I think first we should start it off with Corbett's Canine Corner.
God.
Throw it over to Macklin.
All right.
Hi, welcome back to Corbett's Canine Corner. Is that better?
Much better.
Perfect. Perfect.
In this movie, there is the titular Toto, who is
Not a titular. Titular means title character.
the titular dog.
It's called the Wizard of Oz. The only character that's titular is the Wizard of Oz.
There's a dog.
Iconic? You could say iconic.
There's the iconic dog Toto. Hey guys, just a question again. What does antithesis mean?
You'll like the episode.
Toto is the best character in the film. He does so much stuff for the group, and everything is just he is perfect. And Toto is played by the dog actor named Terry, who is a female terrier, I assume. Especially from the looks of it, she looks like a terrier. And included in her amazing performance in The Wizard of Oz, she was in a total of 29 films. Sawyer is reacting right now. I'm sure Aiden's gonna put around this Aiden Sawyer's live reaction to this. But yes, Terry looks like a very good girl, and she was the best character in the show, in the movie. And without Toto, the team would have fallen apart, and Dorothy would be dead. That's it for Corbett's Canine Corner. Tune in next time when there's a dog. Should Aiden get a section of just like dinosaurs if there was anything to do with dinosaurs in the movie?
Yeah, we gave him one last episode.
Oh,
He was a
right, yeah.
dinosaur.
Bruh.
We'll get
Keep
back.
up.
We'll get back to the dinosaurs. Anyways, I just want to start it off by the great foreshadowing of the characters, the farmhands that Dorothy talks with, because they're like, "Hey, it's like you got no courage and you got no courage. You got a heart of straw, like you got a brain full of straw." Like they basically are like, "This is who I'm going to be in."
They may
Oz."
as well have just have gone, you lack some courage.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I think it was at
also,
least
for our
a
audio
little-
listeners, they pretty
Wink.
much just winked at the screen. Like they winked at the camera when they said those lines.
Aiden, continue.
And continue.
I thought it was clever because they didn't outright say it, but if you looked, you'd be like, "Oh," and then
It's
like
foreshadowing.
you know, I thought it was neat. I don't think it was that stupid.
I
No,
never
don't
said it
think-
was stupid.
don't
I
think
just
it's stupid
think
either. I think it was great. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, certified banger. Certified
Agreed.
banger. It goes hard.
Clip of Sawyer singing that song. Insert now.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Nasa is covering her ears.
I just want everybody to know that the Wicked Witch, when she's like an actual person, her name is Miss Gulch, which I wrote down and said that is, and I think it's just a hilarious name. Also, speaking of something we talked about earlier, destroy the dog. Destroy.
How frustrated is she
Destroy?
with this dog? Where the term she uses to get rid of it is destroy.
I think she,
It was the 30s.
yeah, I think in the 30s, the way of you euthanizing a dog is just bringing it out back with a 12 gauge.
Oh yeah, that would definitely destroy Toto.
Okay. I wrote down that Dorothy's very, very naive throughout the whole movie. She's just like, hey. But I mean, as I wrote it down and I was like, dude, what the heck? But as it went further, I was like, actually, I kind of like it as a character trait. I don't mind that she's so naive. I really liked all of the effects in the movie. I wrote down like multiple times how great the effects are. Like here, the tornado.
Awesome.
The matte paintings
Spectacular.
throughout. All of the pyrotechnics.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And like the little CGI that was used, it was pretty good. Like
It was that there was no CGI. They didn't have computers back when it's the 30s.
What about the bubble?
my bad.
The bubble was
How was that?
superimposed
Okay.
like film. I'm actually not exactly sure, but it wouldn't have been.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think
Computer
CGI,
generated
but I was like,
images.
that's weird. Because
It's all-
we
it's all
haven't seen something
practical.
like that yet.
I wrote down manslaughter on Wicked Witch of the East.
Actually.
Like,
Okay.
bro, what happened?
Does it count as vehicular manslaughter because the house was moving and it was a vehicle for Dorothy?
I don't think so. I think it
I
was still
don't-
just a house.
That's a good question because she did use it as a vehicle, but since I don't think it's technically a vehicle, I don't think it would be admissible in the court of law.
Yeah,
as
but she wasn't
vehicular manslaughter.
controlling anything.
That's exactly what I'm
So-
saying. So while she did use it as a vehicle to get from place to place, I don't think that it would be admissible in a court of law.
But if the tornado was accused of vehicular manslaughter, that'd be a different
Also
story.
not a vehicle.
No, the tornado was controlling where the house went. The tornado brought it to
Bro,
Oz.
that's air.
Okay, next thing.
What are you, an airbender?
My next note is the fact that the
Glizzy man.
Glinda says that only bad witches are ugly,
Can confirm.
which is so funny. Just like a really weird lie. She's like, I'm a good witch because I'm not ugly.
I'm the attractive one. You know that means you can trust me.
You
Then-
can always trust attractive
Then
people.
we have another segment of Sawyer's love for cool little hats. With the Munchkins. The Munchkins are dripped out. The mayor has a giant hat. All of the Munchkins have these tiny little hats. The coroner has a silly little hat that like twirls up at the end. It's awesome. I love tiny little
mayor.
hats.
Everyone else.
The soldiers have the little soldier hats. It's awesome. Also, I would like to shout out to the popsicle Munchkins. The Munchkins who do the popsicle bit. They're like, hey, we're from the pump. We're the lollipop guys. No, it's pretty funny.
Lollipop guild.
Then I have a question for you guys. Where do you think that the red brick road would lead?
Hell.
East.
Actual hell.
Well, I mean, if direction.
When
The Wicked Witch of the West's castle.
Oh.
If Oz, if whatever direction Oz, But if Oz was in the One Direction, then anti-Oz
Oz
would
was in One Direction.
Holy shit. Harry, Liam, Lewis, Niall, Zayn, Oz. Guys, there was a lost member.
My favorite part.
The
is
other
gonna be
way
editing that.
would be the way to get to
Light
the
up my
anti-Oz.
Oz like nobody else. What would the anti-Oz be?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't write this shit.
You're currently writing it though. Like the Red Brick Road is.
Okay.
I think the best option is the Wicked Witches of the West Castle. Thanks, Aiden.
Thank you.
Then I wrote down that the trees are really mean for some reason. They're like, hey, that's not very nice.
Sorry, can you see the producer corner?
What's up?
Sorry, our producer Nisa is currently building a castle of cards.
The trees are really mean in Wizard of Oz.
It's kind of funny. Their logic makes sense. It's like, why? How would you feel if someone just came out and started pulling things off your
De
head?
Niro.
I'm Robert De Niro.
I'm a
American
tree.
man.
I'm an
tree.
American tree. I'm an apple tree.
All of the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the Lion, their physicality is crazy.
It's so good.
Like I wrote down especially Ray Bolger as the Scarecrow is crazy. Like especially when you first meet him, the way that he moves is just so like fluid, but also so like I don't even know. It's just
He makes himself look so light.
yeah, so light and like. But also, he gives himself some weight.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And he's believable too. Like when he falls, I was like, "Oh yeah, that actually happened. That wasn't an actor falling because he was told to do it." I was like, "No, he actually slipped." And he was like, "Oh no,
he did?
no."
No, but it just looks.
It just looked like that because of his physicality.
Yeah. Then I wrote down that makeup must have been a bitch
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for all three of them because they're in like full makeup for every single shot. It's except for when they're in the real world. So it's like would have sucked so bad for them because they're like in costumes and makeup.
Who do you think had it the worst? Out of all
For
of
sure,
them?
the lion.
Yeah, I was gonna
the
say.
lion. It just looks so heavy.
Yeah. You think also that tail was probably controlled by a puppeteer.
Yeah, I was wondering. I wonder how that worked. Like, I wonder how they did that.
They had one of the munchkins in the back just going around with a stick, pretty much.
Can confirm.
Aiden was the
I
munchkin.
was the munchkin.
Well, computers weren't a thing, so I don't think animatronics would exactly be.
No, it would have been. I'm guessing it would have been a puppeteer.
I mean, Macklin, if you were up on the FNAF floor, you would know that by...
No, stop it. Then I wrote down that the witch does some like crazy sky art.
That was crazy.
Like it's actually kind of impressive the fact that she was able to do it effectively.
I'm just saying, like, if they were competent soldiers, they would have had like archers there and just shot her down.
Like in Fortnite with the wings of Icarus.
That's what
Also,
I do.
when you first look up and see her,
Nasa just looked up very excited because she heard Fortnite.
when you look up the first time when she's doing it, she writes SUR and then is writing another R
Yeah.
because she's going to say surrender Dorothy. But I saw it and I was like, oh my God, surf. And
Oh,
then
jeez.
also it goes back down to the people for like a millisecond and then it goes back up and it's like the Wicked Witch of the West has wrote the rest of it.
My next note is that the fact that they get in to see the wizard because of Dorothy's like sob story is like how people get onto America's Got Talent, like or like American Ninja Warrior, those shows where it's like let's get a spotlight on this person. It's like my mom is so sad. She is battling cancer. I'm not trying to like belittle people that are battling cancer. My heart goes out to you, but like it's usually is like gives the person like weight. So I thought that it was very similar to how Dorothy got in.
My mom died before I was born. My dad, he had a heart attack while he was trying to raise me, and it's just my mom, she abused me too.
What?
That's the joke, is that
I
the story.
struggled so much that for the first few years of my life, I didn't even talk to my parents.
I couldn't read till I was like 4 years old.
my next note to just change the subject completely was that I thought it was really funny when Dorothy goes. Oz is like, I am Oz, the great and powerful. And Dorothy goes, I am Dorothy, the small and meek. I thought that was hilarious.
That was really funny.
Also, the wizard is a bit of an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot. He is a big
Quite a
old
bit.
asshole.
Well, he's an asshole when he's behind the curtain, but once he comes out, he's still a bit of an asshole, just not as much, because he realizes, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just a guy facing a dude with an axe and a literal lion.
Yeah. My next note is that the disguises that they used to get into the Wicked Witch's castle, horrible. They just put on the suit, nothing to do with their faces. Like,
Well, I mean, it might have been seen as problematic with the rest of the people in there.
that's a good point, but they still. I mean, they do it in the Lego movie. At least in the Lego movie, they smear.
Well, those are robots. The difference is that
Good
these
point.
are actual, like, humanoid people.
Then I wrote down how to kill witches: houses or water.
Water houses.
Dude.
Igloos.
Houseboats.
Dude,
Because it would probably, if you probably come with a little bit of water, it's on the.
I think igloos is better.
I will say,
It's a house made of water.
It's a house made of ice.
the part at the
Water,
beginning...
it wouldn't melt somebody.
It would, because their body's probably hot.
No, it wouldn't melt them in the same way that water would melt them. Macklin, continue.
I find it hilarious that at the beginning of it,
Keep going.
No, that was me mocking Sawyer.
We're mocking each other. I promise.
That was me mocking Sawyer.
in
Because
the,
he's being mean to
in
me.
the beginning, I
Well, you're
quite...
being mean to me.
That'd be mean.
Keep going, Macklin.
I quite enjoyed how the ruby slippers just transition off the Wicked Witch of the East, and then
the legs.
then
just
the legs just like get sucked up. Like,
slither
Like
away.
the party favor little kazoo things that just go like.
I mean, I was thinking it's like, oh my god, it's turning into Monster House now. This thing is just eating people. That's all.
Then I wrote down that they probably set the scarecrow's actor on fire with the straw, the straw.
That's terrifying.
Hey, it was a different time, man. Shout out OSHA, keeping us safe.
It could have been a stunt double.
Probably not.
Looked just like. Well, I mean, he was him in the. Wow. And then I wrote down brain equals diploma, courage equals medal, and heart equals clock.
I was thinking that too, and I
They
swear
do call it a ticker.
that's fair. I will say when I like thinking about this movie again, I for sure thought that they like opened up his chest and put the clock in there.
Yes,
That's what I thought too.
That's okay. I was thinking the entire time. I'm 99% sure that throughout my childhood, I watched The Muppets, Wizard of Oz more than I watched this Wizard of Oz, and I'm pretty sure that in the Muppets Wizard of Oz they do that.
I see.
I'm pretty sure because I have vivid memories of when they sorry. In the Muppets one, they go to the instead of them falling asleep with the poppies at like just in a field, they stop in like this bar, and like they got the people playing, and they're like animals there. I always liked Animal. He was my favorite Muppet.
That was mine. I barely watched the actual like Christmas Carol. I always watched a Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
It's superior.
So yeah, yeah. I just wanted to announce that because I spent like at least 15 minutes trying to figure out which version of a Wizard of Oz that I remembered. It's the Muppets one. I'm pretty sure it's the Muppets one. I'd have to check it out again to be sure.
I'm wondering if I've seen that because I'm also pretty sure. Like I just remember them like opening it up or like putting it like, in a cavity or something.
I was sure of it, but I don't know.
Weird.
I also remember, this is gonna sound so strange, but Dorothy being like strung up and there being like a spider trying to eat her.
Huh?
I don't know why.
I think you're getting that confused with Lord of the Rings, even though you've never seen it.
No, it's not that, because I know it's something like Wizard of Oz or something like that.
Huh.
Charlotte's Web.
Okay, so if Macklin and I literally aren't like somehow a clone of each other, I don't know how this works. We're like 50% the same person.
You guys live together. It's part of the
That's
game.
it.
We're basically siblings now. We last week we were playing dodgeball, and one of our team members, who we didn't know that well, looked at me and asked me, "Hey, are you two siblings?" And honestly, I understand why.
Macklin said no, but I walked over like right after he said that, and I was like, yes, we are.
Okay. Then I wrote down, it was all a dream.
The coma theory?
But hey.
That's just a theory. A
Wizard of
Wizard's
Oz
theory.
and magic.
What do you guys think that it actually happened, or was it just a dream?
It was absolutely a dream.
I think both.
Oh.
I'm taking like a weird astral plane.
Do you think
sort of
that
thing.
are you taking the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness that she was dreaming and went into a different?
No, not necessarily, because I think it was her. But I think that like her dream body was there, and then like she like just kind of like, I don't know.
She astral projected herself into
Yeah,
it.
because her mode of transportation to get there was the tornado that like knocked her out, kind of thing, and then set everything in motion. But the professor was also there, which means that there is like a physical link, because he hot ballooned there and then hot ballooned back.
Right.
Right? She just had to close her eyes both times.
Well, it could just be that she was asleep too, and her brain was trying to rationalize it. Like, this dude's from Kansas. He hot air ballooned here. That makes sense. Yes, Aiden?
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
No.
No, because it's like a dream
Yes.
thing, but it's also like real, because Mr. Electric comes to the real world and like tries to kill the people that are like, send them to the principal's office.
And have him spell it once. Don't you dare say the Riz Electric. I knew you said you got ready, and I was like, don't you dare say Mr. Riz Electric.
Macklin doesn't know what to do with his face anymore.
Okay, this kind of goes to what we were talking about. What are you guys' thoughts on the sequels, prequels, spin-offs?
I have not
Wizard
watched
of
any
Oz?
of them.
I don't think I've seen any. I think
Well, there's from what there's only like Oz the Great and Powerful, the Sam Raimi movie, and then the upcoming Wicked movies / the Broadway musical, which I haven't seen at all. My parents have seen Wicked, rave.
I've
about it.
heard Wicked is good, but I've never seen it. The only thing I've seen is The Wizard of Oz, the original one, and then I probably watched the Muppets version as well. I probably watched like an extra kids version.
What do you guys
at some
guys
point.
think you watched the Tom and Jerry one?
no.
Oh,
I have
definitely.
I think that Oz the Great and Powerful is good. Like it's not great. I mean, like it'll never be as good as the original.
No.
But I mean, Sam Raimi knows what he's doing when he makes a movie. Like, he's a good filmmaker, and I think that Wicked has potential to be good. I mean, it looks okay. It also looks like there's I don't know anything about Wicked. This is going to be very apparent. It looks like they're doing some sort of like remake of Wizard of Oz within Wicked. Because I mean, right now it's 2 parts, Wicked and Wicked 2, obviously. And in the trailer, there you can see like a Dorothy and all the like the 3 others for like one single frame. So
Well, because I'm pretty sure like the original Broadway musical was like the backstory of.
yeah, that's what it is. It's a prequel about the Wicked Witch and Glenda. Wicked Witch will be played by Cynthia Erivo, and Glinda is Ariana Grande. I believe.
I was gonna do the Vine where it's like, but I realized that's Shakira, not Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. Hey, I realized it and thought about it before I said it.
At least you thought about it.
That's fair. That's progress.
Tomorrow I'm gonna completely invalidate that progress. I almost guarantee it.
Tomorrow? That's
In like 2 minutes.
by the end of
Probably.
this episode.
Ding.
Okay,
The lights just go.
just to finish up Wizard of Oz, because I feel like we should probably do like a little wrap up at the end of this for
Agreed.
the decade. Just two last pieces of trivia. One, the transition to color, when they open up the door and the camera like glides into the color and Dorothy comes in. They actually accomplish it by painting everything inside the sort of black and white sort of, and they had a stand-in walk as Dorothy, and then Jeez. Judy Garland, like, steps into frame in full. Like, you can see her, like, step into frame.
Huh. That's really cool, actually. That's really well done.
That's one of my favorite bits of trivia about that.
Like, I don't know. Again, I know, like, they didn't really have, like, computers could do, like, this kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I honestly thought, I was like, that's really cool how they did, like, the transition. Because
Yeah.
I thought it was her.
Yeah, I know. It's
really
it's
well done. Very well done.
It's like I knew that, but like watching it, knowing that, it's like holy. You can see, and like you can see a bunch of like trapdoors and stuff. It's really cool what like the technology that they use in the film.
All right, guys. So what would...
No, that's. I still have more trivia, Macklin.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
This is my show. This is my
Malcolm
show.
forgets sometimes.
Um,
there goes the progress.
There it is. So many shots were trimmed down or edited out of the film because they were too intense for families and children. In particular, one deleted shot shows the tornado completely enveloping the farmhouse. Also, later in the film, a lot of the Wicked Witch of the West scenes were either trimmed or deleted entirely, as Margaret Hamilton's performance was thought to be too frightening for audiences.
That's actually kind of impressive.
That's a compliment, I think.
Yeah.
She does really good, Margaret Hamilton.
She did really good.
Yeah. Has both Mrs. Gulch and the Wicked Witch.
Yes.
Can I speak now?
Sure.
I was going to ask, what was your favorite movie of the...
I mean, Macklin,
This is-
let me do my thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. So this is the end of us talking about Wizard of Oz. Now we are going to talk about do a wrap up of what we thought of the films. So first we had Frankenstein. Everybody thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
Then we had Modern Times. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I give it a thumbs up, yeah.
Bringing Up Baby. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I give it a sideways thumbs up.
And Wizard of Oz. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Sorry.
Great
minds
minds.
think alike. Oh, I'm literally God.
So
Aiden
to
shares
fi-
50% of his DNA with me, and the other 50% was Sawyer.
So, to pick up where Macklin was talking
Dads?
later, what was your favorite movie of the decade?
Honestly, I probably would have to say The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I really loved Frankenstein because I thought it was really interesting. It was funny, even though it probably wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, unintentionally.
I wasn't as big of a fan of Modern Times, but I did enjoy it a lot. It just wasn't like as... it just didn't really have the story that I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Bringing Up Baby was interesting, but I think just Wizard of Oz kind of does overall everything better.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. Like, from a purely non-biased perspective, Wizard of Oz was the best one. But in my opinion, because I'd already seen it, I think Frankenstein holds the trophy for this one for me, just because it's something new, and I did really like it. And then it's Wizard of Oz, Modern Times, and then Bringing Up Baby. That's kind of my ranking right now, because I like some good slapstick, but the good slapstick is nullified when you have great vocals, great performances, and slapstick in the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. I also agree. Wizard of Oz. There's a reason it's a timeless classic.
Top tier.
I think it's a masterpiece. I love Bringing Up Baby. I think it's hilarious. Frankenstein, Modern Times are also good, and I can see how the greatness in them, but they're not my favorites.
It's interesting seeing those movies nowadays when we have a different perspective on the world and are a bit more desensitized to stuff, because in cinema, when Frankenstein came out and that girl died, it was probably traumatic. But we're people who are a bit more accustomed to horror, and we saw that happen. We started laughing.
I've seen all 10 Saw movies, except for Saw X, multiple times. So I'm very desensitized to horror. So most of the horrific stuff doesn't hold up, but you can see it's
Even for me, who's a wee baby in the horror world, I get scared very easily.
It's true.
And
so wimp.
even then,
Wimp.
it's pretty tame.
They just threw up the L.
If you're ever near Sawyer, just stay away from teeth.
Yeah, that's true. Teeth are what gets me. Everybody has something that gets them in horror. there's one thing that'll get them, no matter what.
Yeah.
For me, it's teeth.
Almost
Fingernails.
everyone
Yeah.
is also fingernails. Like I
I
feel
can do it. I'm good with fingernails. I'm like, oh, but when teeth, I literally can't watch.
mine is definitely like not like eyeballs being stabbed or anything. Mine is just like eyeballs, like people actually touching them and like grabbing them.
Eyeballs.
Like
anyway,
that Talk to Me messed me up.
Second mention of Talk to Me this decade.
so I think that's. So next time we will be talking about the 1940s, starting off with His Girl Friday, I think.
Ooh.
Yes, another Howard Hawks movie. So until then, for Sawyers Film School, wait, no. Until then, please like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify.
Comment what you think about the movies this decade and what your ranking would be if you have seen them. Even if you haven't seen them. Throw
Yeah.
it out there.
Throw
I
it
want to hear
out
from
there.
you guys.
Anyways, for Sawyers Film School, I'm Sawyer,
I'm Aiden.
I'm Macklin.
and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Woo!